Well, hey, it's Kat and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review and an all-day wear test on the brand new Elf Camo CC Cream Foundation. Now this just recently launched and I couldn't wait to test it out for you. You know I love drugstore makeup and this is supposed to color correct your skin. So I wanted to see how it would work on my mature skin. So in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Welcome to Cat's Eye Beauty, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm over 50 years old and I love testing out makeup and skincare products, everything from drugstore to high-end and everything in between. So if this type of content interests you, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you would be a part of my family. So let's get into the Elf brand new Camo CC Cream Foundation. This retails for $14 and it comes in 20 shades. Now that shade range doesn't sound too good, and I'll be frank with you, maybe frank. The shade that I picked up was 140W Fair, and it was really tough picking out my shade because I do have yellow undertones. This has warm undertones. So we're just gonna go dive right in and see how it works for us. It has an SPF of 30, it has medium to full coverage, and it's color correcting. It also has skincare benefits. It contains niacinamide for brightening. It also contains hyaluronic acid to hydrate your skin, and it also has peptides. So for having mature skin, I was super excited to test this out for you. You're supposed to apply the Elf Poreless Putty Primer. I have it right here, and also to use with the Elf Camo Hydrating Concealer, which I have right here. But to be fair, I'm going to do one side of my face with the Elf Poreless Luminous Putty Primer because I do want to have some luminosity to my skin. And I'm also going to go in on the other side of my face with the Revlon Rose Glow Hydrating and Illuminating Primer. This has been one of my all-time favorite primers. It's drugstore. It makes my skin look glowy and hydrated at the same time. So it was also recommended to use this foundation with the new COMPLEXON Duo brush. Now, as you can see, it has dual ends. This side is for your concealer, and this side is for your foundation. I ain't gonna lie, I tested it out. I don't like it. So, with that being said, oh, and this retails for $8. We'll try this out. We will, but you'll see what it looks like. But we're gonna go ahead and apply primer. Going in on my right side of my face, I'm going to go in with the Poreless Putty Primer, the Luminous formula. And I'm going to go ahead and heat it up with my fingertips. I actually like this formula better than the original Putty Primer because it's just a little bit more malleable. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the most porous areas of my face, right through here. Let's go ahead and apply the Rose Gold from Revlon. A little bit through here. It's so hydrating. It provides a beautiful illuminating glow from underneath my foundation, and it's so smoothing. Both primers are on, and I'm going to go ahead and let them absorb into my complexion. And I wanted to offer a little tidbit of information. When I was on the Elf website, I was going through all the information. This particular Camo CC Cream is not sold in Canada, and I thought that was the weirdest thing. I thought, why is it not sold in Canada? Hopefully it'll come to you guys up north very soon, but I thought that was very strange. Leave a comment down below if you know why they're not selling this in Canada. Totally bizarre. I just don't get it. Now the directions say you can use 1 to 2 pumps, and of course apply with the brush. It's actually quite thick. Maybe I just need 1 pump. We'll start out with 1. Swatch it and see how it's looking. Oh boy. Now this is very, very fair on my complexion. Now remember, it's supposed to color correct, and it also contains SPF 30. So that could be a reason why it is so bright. Okay. And I'm just gonna start through here. How it applies with their new brush. Now, let's just start in the middle and start stippling it in. Now, it doesn't smell. Yay! Super, super bright. It's going to be one of those foundation reviews where I look like a pantomime. But I tell you what, this has got fantastic coverage. Holy macaronis. To me, it looks slightly streaky. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to the left side of my face. And I'm gonna apply it with a sponge. Oh boy, this is hella light. Hello. Just gonna pounce it in. Yes. Now, as you can see with the sponge, it is way more opaque on my skin, but offering more coverage. Woo! Yeah, no, not good. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the concealer. We all remember it has a huge doe foot. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit because I have a lot of coverage right now and I just wanna hopefully, I don't know, this looks darker than the actual foundation. Hopefully. What I love about this concealer, it is very hydrating, and look at that coverage. I look so attractive. This is super full coverage. And let's try the brush, the new complexion brush with the concealer side and see how that works. Okay, I can already tell I don't care for this brush because I just feel like the product is just moving around and I'm just sliding it all over the place. I prefer a sponge. Okay, foundation and concealer is on. Granted, 140 warm, that's super light on my skin. I mean, it's supposed to color correct. I'm telling you, it color corrected me into a next complexion. I don't know, you guys. I'm hoping it will slightly oxidize so it turns a little bit darker, but to be fair, it is covering everything up. It feels light, it feels comfortable. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing that much foundation. I mean, you saw how little I used. It was not a lot. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Now for eyeshadow, I went in with Elf's Everyday Smoky Eyeshadow Palette. This is so underrated. It is $10 and it's a beautiful cool toned palette. I used this light toned gray right here in the crease of my eye and I actually lined my lower lash line with it. Now for a pop of color, I went in with Rare Beauties all over the lid in this cool, it looks kind of like mint green. I don't know if you can tell by the camera. And then I topped it off with this deeper green shade, but I think it's really pretty. Now I didn't want to do a wing today because I didn't want to weigh down my mature eyes already, so I just tight lined with a kohl eyeliner from Wayne Goss. And for cheeks, I went in with Elf's Putty Blush in Tahiti. You know I love this formula. It's so beautiful, so pigmented, and so easy to apply. But I'm gonna be honest, while applying the putty blush on this side, my face, it felt dry, like super dry. And I definitely moisturized and prepped my skin for today's foundation review. But this is the side I use the Luminous Putty Primer on, but it feels dry. And my skin is normal to dry. Now for lips, I went in with Maybelline's Superstay Liquid Matte Ink Lipstick. I think this is the color Founder. Beautiful shade, makes my skin and lips pop. I will be going out today. I have a lot of errands to run and I will definitely be wearing my mask. So this will be a great opportunity to see if this Camo CC Cream is going to transfer onto my mask. So let's go outside and see exactly what we're dealing with in natural daylight. Here we are in natural daylight and I wanted you to see what it looks like up close and personal. I mean, granted, not my shade. Let's not think about that right now. But this side just feels so much softer and smoother. With all the skin loving ingredients, this side feels super dry. I really don't like this side, the way it feels. This still feels soft, smooth, silky, beautiful. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with. Oh my God, I can't see. The sun was in my eyes. Okay, this is actually the first day of testing and I wanted you guys to see it in natural light. It is actually holding up so beautifully. I've been wearing my mask all day. I don't know if you can see. It didn't really transfer at all. This is really good stuff. And I think this shade is, albeit a little light, I think it looks fantastic and super pleased with the results. Feels soft, feels comfortable. I was kind of scared at first applying it because it looked super light, but this is what it looks like after about 6 hours. And yes, wearing a mask. So far, so good. Oh yeah, this is editing cat, by the way. It has been almost 7 hours since I first applied the foundation, and it's getting a little weird around through here, but I did wear my mask and it didn't transfer that bad. I took off the lipstick because I ate a chicken salad sandwich and it was kind of greasy, so yeah, I just took it off. We were gonna go head out, get some last minute things done, but I asked my husband what he thought about my skin. He said it looked really good. But still, this side still feels dry. I think the secret is in the primer. This side feels super hydrated, super smooth, but still hanging on there really well. And like I said, it's been 7 hours. So I will do another check-in in just a few more hours. Okay. Nothing like waking up on a bathroom floor. Oh, hey, I'm back. It is exactly 6:25 p.m. It's been over 10 hours since I first applied the Elf Camo CC Cream Foundation. And I gotta tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, between that last check-in and this check-in, I fainted. I had a fainting spell. I literally passed out and woke up on the bathroom floor at my mother-in-law's house when I was picking up my daughter. Now, don't fret. I have been fainting a lot since my late teens, all the way up to being 53. I've had so many tests performed on me. I've had EEGs, sleep tests. They couldn't find anything that was neurologically wrong with me. It just happened super fast. I'm not diabetic, I'm not hypoglycemic, and I'm not epileptic. They couldn't find anything, but it happens. Sometimes I just faint. And when I woke up, I had cold compresses on my forehead. My poor mother-in-law, she's like standing over me going, "Are you okay?" I'm fine. It just takes a few minutes for me to get out of it, to wake up, and yeah. So I had cold compresses all over my forehead, pressed against my cheeks, and we are here to judge the foundation. I'm a little lacking in energy in case you can't notice, but here we are. I have done 0 touch-ups today. It fades super gracefully. Now it does have medium to high coverage. I think the way for it to look really good is all in application. It is a super thick formula, so you have to work with it fast. I prefer using a dampened sponge. I did not care for the Duo complexion brush. Now this retails for $8, and of course you have one side for foundation and the other side for concealer. I mean, it's a nice brush, but for this particular foundation, I found using a dampened beauty sponge works best on my complexion. Now remember, it does retail for $14. It comes in 20 shades, and I am in the shade Fair 140W. Now it is super light on my complexion, but during the course of the day, I think it did kind of blend into my complexion and look much better and less ghostly. I mean, I did have to put a lot of contour and bronzer just to make myself look less of a mime. I do have to say, when I tested it out yesterday, I did not use any primer whatsoever, and it felt so much dewier and softer on my complexion, which is baffling my mind. I actually prefer it without a primer, so there you have it. But in my next upcoming video, I'm going to be testing out a brand new drugstore tinted hydrator as well as their new cream blush, and I can't wait to test it out with you. So in case you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would love it if you would be a part of my family. And for more reviews on skincare, check out this playlist up here. And for more reviews on foundation, check out the playlist down here. But for now, mwah, mahalo kita, I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. I know my camera's going everywhere. It's because my kittens are taking over. They are. No wonder I can't get any work done. Really, girls?